Hello everyone. Once again, my area is theater. So this would be a lesson plan from that. And I'm going to teacher mode. All right, class, welcome. This is Miss Hirshfield here. Today, of course, as you know, we have written a few scenes together as a group. We will be performing those during our full lesson. Before that, of course, we will be reading them out loud as a class. And I know you guys have already picked each group member which ones are going to be reading which parts. If you have not done so, even though I asked you to do so, please figure that out now. I will give you about a minute to do so. While you're doing that, I will also remind you that I will be reading one scene from Macbeth for you to kind of give you an idea of the level of emotion that we will be reading and the body language. As you know, it's not a lot. We are really just reading today. The performing will be at a minimum. And a lot of our critiques will not necessarily be on the performance of the readings, but on the cohesiveness of the dialogue and, of course, your stage directions. So please, everyone, take out your Chromebooks and open up our Google Sheet for this. Everyone should have sent it to me. I think I did receive everyone's, which is great. All the groups did submit theirs. So everyone should be able to view each of the scenes. So like I said, we're going to do 1 minute where you guys make sure that you have an idea of who is reading what part. So, all right, now that is done, like I said, I will be reading from Macbeth today. I'm only going to be reading Lady Macbeth's part. This will be from Act 5, Scene 1 of Macbeth's William Shakespeare. I know that we have already read this, and so a lot of you guys know what's happening in this scene. So just remember, this is towards the end of the play. All right. And Lady Macbeth has gone a little, as they say, crazy. Her emotions are high. We're not really sure if she is even aware of where she is. So remember, I will not be reading any of the other parts of the Doctor and Gentlewoman. I will just be skipping. There's still a spot here. Oh, come out, down. Spot out, I command you. 1, 2. Okay, it's time to do it now. Hell is murky. Nonsense, my lord, nonsense. You are a soldier, and yet you are afraid? Why should we be scared when no one can lay the guilt upon us? But who would have thought the old man would have so much blood in him? The Thane of Fife had a wife. Where is she now? What, will my hands never be clean? No more of that, my lord, no more of that. You'll ruin everything by acting startled like this. Still have the smell of blood on my hand. All the perfumes of Arabia couldn't make my little hand smell better. Oh. Wash your hands. Put on your nightgown. Don't look so frightened. I tell you again, Banquo was buried. He cannot come out of his grave. To bed, to bed. There's a knocking at the gate. Come. Give me your hand. What's done cannot be undone. To bed, to bed. All right, thank you. Okay, so that's done. You saw I didn't even get up from my seat. I simply kind of tried to feel the words. I realized it was a little off the cuff. We did read Macbeth last week, but she's definitely a difficult character to do, and that's one of the reasons she's a very popular one, as you guys know, from when we studied. But you guys saw what I did. Make sure to enunciate clearly, obviously. I did look over a few of these, so try and ignore the typos. We will obviously be fixing those afterwards. This is really just about the reading. And also make sure to incorporate those stage directions if you need to. I know we won't really be moving a lot, but you are more than welcome to do so. And so we're going to give a little bit of time for that. After we are done with each scene, we will, of course, have time. I will be timing it, however. I will be timing the scenes, and I will be timing our discussions. The scenes will, of course, go on as long as they need to, but the discussions can be no more than 10 minutes, and I will be timing that. If it goes under 10 minutes, that is obviously fine. We will move on to the next scene. So we have 4 scenes today from our 4 groups. Who would like to go first? All right, well, let's start with you guys. So now we're going to read the scene, as you guys already have. Everyone, please make sure you are reading along and following. You may write notes if you would like to, just in case you have any specifics that you don't want to forget to give to your peers. And I know I already said this, but you need to enunciate. Because even though we are reading along, everyone needs to be able to hear you. All right, so group 1, please begin. All right, now that that's done, what notes do we have? Remember, these are constructive notes. They can be positive, they can also be negative, and that is totally fine. But if they are negative, obviously be conscientious of your friends, your peers. Be aware. I will say for that first group, I really liked, I'd say that you guys were not talking over each other. It was actually a pretty fast-paced scene, which is awesome, and I really liked that you had a good timing of it. I will say that your stage directions were very minimal. There could be a little bit more just to kind of help guide people who would necessarily not necessarily know what's going on, just like at a regular play. I know that Shakespeare doesn't have a lot of, I'd say, stage directions or really a lot of guidance, and a lot of the guidance that is there isn't necessarily what's used anymore just because it was written so long ago. And that is one of the reasons why we looked over it before this, to kind of see that, you can have minimal, but if you have almost none, which you guys had, that can lead to some issues. So I will say that, and I know a couple other people I saw writing notes down, so if we could just go over those, that would be great. So that's awesome. And let us go to group 2. All right, I need you guys to talk a little bit louder. That would be awesome. Okay, great. Now that that's done, I will say for that group, I did like your writing style. They were very clear. Just like the first group, very, very few stage directions, which is fine. If you have a good director, that's awesome. But we are taking this from a writing standpoint. We're looking at it only really from that and not so much performance or future directing on the stage kind of point of view. So just from that, we do need a little bit more. So for the revisions, we are going to have to work on that. And then did anyone else have any other things to say or talk about? Any other points, guidance? Right, like I said, it can be positive reviews as well. That still works. All right, well then let us move on. All right, that's all I got, guys. Thank you.